we are sitting next to Executive Director of the Euroleague Head Coaches Board, Goran Šašić, and he's open to some questions. So, first of all, how are you today?
That's a very good question. I like it. I just went to my stuff after we did the team picture with the governor of Athens, Mr. Nikos Chardalias, and all the members, all the partners, and all the participants. I call it the team picture. I went to my stuff and I said, okay, now the adrenaline goes down. Now, third day of the event, many things have been successfully completed, executed in terms of event operations. Now is the time for me to a little bit relax and just let the things go. But thank you very much for the question.
So you've already talking about it. So does everything work like you've planned it?
Oh, you are asking the right questions. I like this. Look, in terms of event operations, you can plan as much as you want. And I give you some examples. When I was working in the Euroleague, I had a student group coming in several months before the Final Four. And I showed them the general program, different matrices, anything you can consider in terms of event operations. And I finished my 2 hours presentation to them, and I said, okay, now forget everything that I told you, and one thing you can never estimate is the human factor. And I call this the X factor. Managing an event is managing humans, okay? So nothing ever can work as you planned. So this is where, let's say, what I call the event mode comes into place, and where you just need to handle humans and to find solutions. So the follow-up that I can say, the good thing is we had the same EHCB staff, the same volunteers from SEP, the Greek Coaches Association, who are our institutional partner in this event, and the same location. It makes it easier.
Yeah, I completely understand this. So everything worked like you've planned it, as I heard it. So the next question would be, from your perspective, what is the hardest part about running an organization that represents so many different basketball legends like Željko Obradović or Dimitris Itoudis, etc., etc.?
Look, for me, I always say my job is actually quite easy because I always say I represent a league of gentlemen. They're first and foremost gentlemen, and it's my part is to prepare and to execute, but I let them decide what they want to do. And in terms of this, what it takes from my side is I just need to be very good prepared. So everything that I say to them must have, same as the players are asking the coaches out, Željko talked about this many times, before I became a first head coach, I needed to know all the questions that they will ask me. Well, the same thing is for me. I need to be ready for any question that a member comes and asks me to give them an answer. So the moment that I call this, there's a slogan, being prepared is half the victory. It takes a lot of work to be prepared for all the questions that they come up with, and you must see them as owners of the association. I can say, I try to tell my members, you're the owners. I'm servicing your needs. So it's actually not hard to work with them. And my father asked me one time the question, so son, how is it working with all these guys? And I say, much more easy than I think that your job was. My father was working in medicine, so when you have the pressure of life and death, I think this is a much bigger pressure and much bigger stress that you have in life than working in a job like basketball, which you love. And there's a lot of jobs that I have the utmost respect for. Firefighters, policemen, teachers, kindergarten. For example, the women that are working with my son in the kindergarten, I have the utmost respect for what they are doing.
I'm also your opinion. I share your opinion because it is not as easy as you think to work in such positions. But you already answered some of it. Is there big pressure? So working in basketball, something like this, not only in the head coaches board, but overall?
Look, pressure is a substantial part of the life of a coach, a player, and a referee. For me, those are the three stakeholders that perform the sport on the court that we all love so much. And look, I have a lot of time that I spent with coaches, referees, and players. And one of the hot topics is always the pressure that they live with. But let's not forget also their families. You have to understand that this is a very difficult life and a big social sacrifice. Could you imagine not being with your wife and your kids, or with your sisters, brothers, fathers, mothers, and so on, for basically half a year? And are we really aware about the sacrifice of players? I remember when Bogdan Bogdanović and Nikola Kalinic played in Fener. They finished their season in Fener. They had 1 day off before they went to national team.
Yeah.
And then I get very upset when people start downplaying the performance of their national team. How can you do this? How can you do this? And I ask people the other question around. Let's say national team players, in the example of Dejan Bodiroga, who in his whole career only 1 year did not play for the national team. So I don't know, in 2 decades, he never went on vacation. He sacrificed his
Everything.
life and his family life in order to represent the country. And results cannot be programmed. You remember the famous quote of Giannis Antetokounmpo when a reporter asked him about the result of the season, where he gave him, I think, the perfect answer.
Perfect. Thank you very much. With the EHCB Academy, you created pretty much a big educational program besides everything. What is your ultimate long-term vision for the future of this organization?
First, let's talk about the academy, because this is one of our founding principles, is to educate coaches from around the world. We will start the 7th generation now on the 7th of July. And we had until now coaches from 900 coaches from, I think, almost 90 countries around the world. And this is the success of this program, because we always said it's about educating coaches from around the world, and especially young coaches. Look, I graduated from the coaching college in Belgrade. Back in the days, you needed to live in Belgrade and you needed to know Serbian in order to get the education to understand what the former Yugoslav basketball system is about, or what now the Serbian basketball system is about. And the idea before we formed the EHCB Coaches Academy was, let's transfer this knowledge from the general academic lectures and the basketball academic lectures. Let's do it in English and online, so that it fits into the founding principle of EHCB. Now we have 8 modules consisting also of the Euroleague Strength and Conditioning Coaches Association module, the Euroleague Doctors module, then our members' online lectures, then our assistant coaches' lectures, and the last part of the academy, the 8th module, is this congress. So what is something that we strive in the academy, or that we want to do, is add more modules to it. More and more things need to be transferred as knowledge to the coaches. And so we hope that every year we are attracting more and more coaches from around the world to join.
Like we already saw, so every year there are more participants, so it's perfect. Another question is it a big challenge to organize such a big event, and how much time does it take? So in the past you already organized it, so you know how much time it takes, but for us who don't know, how much time does it take to organize something like this and everything, to set everything up?
Okay, I'll give you an idea. I was the president of the local organizing committee of the 2022 Euroleague Final Four in Belgrade. From January until June, I slept 2 hours on average. The last week of the event, I had 2 bodyguards, and after 5 days, I gave them a day off because the bodyguard in the morning shift, he was pale. He couldn't even follow my instructions anymore, and I went to him and asked him, what's up? And he said, I'm just exhausted. And he looked at his watch, which is counting the steps, and he said, you and me in the 12-hour shift have passed 43,000 steps. And he asked me, but how do you do it? Because now my colleague comes. And I say, being tired is a matter of motivation. But the problem is when the adrenaline lets you down. So I give you another situation. Željko was watching the game with me, the half-final game of Oli and Efes, when Micic scored this famous three-pointer.
The game winner.
And he was with me in the president's lounge, and I turn around to him and I say, hey, Željko, why are these guys celebrating? There's 10 more minutes to play. He turns around to me and says, Goran, you overslept the third quarter.
Okay.
And so people don't understand, and this is why, like I said before, we need to start respecting every single profession. People just see the court and the game, or you come here, you see the master classes, and you think that's it. No, it takes a lot of time to do an event like this, and big coordination from all the people. And I'm even happy for every single person that contributed to the event. And I think the cleaning ladies here in this VIP lounge, they always get surprised when they see me coming every day, thanking them for their work that they're doing. But I mean it. So I mean, starting from every layer of this event execution, I owe a big gratitude, and especially to our volunteers, to our staff. But let me not forget the whole White Veil staff that is working to run the arena. Security, suppliers, everyone. I'm extremely thankful for each and every one person that helps us do this event. You as reporters also, we had this year I think almost 70 reporters here. I'm thankful for everyone who made this trip here to come here and to talk about basketball. You are spreading the information about basketball. So I'm really thankful for everyone who came to our event to join and to work behind the scenes or do his part of the job. I'm very happy about this.
It's about appreciation. Everything is about appreciation. So thank you very much also. We are also trying to get this name of the EuroLeague to get big, not only the head coaches board. So we're trying everything, and we are really thankful also for this organization and for everything that you gave us and the opportunity to have an interview with such a person like you. So thank you very much.
I will transmit your thanks to our members, and we're happy that we had you with us also.
The last question, last but not least, you work together with the coaching icons like I already told Obradović, Itudis, and so on. What is something about them that the public never gets to see?
That they are family men. This is something I get to see. I get to see them in their family environment, and I always say people get the perception that they only see them yelling, jumping on the court, and so on and so on. But I get to see also the other side. And their most thing that people are surprised when I take, let's say, some friends out for dinner with my members. The thing that I always hear the same is, these guys are such big gentlemen. It's incredible how they are dedicated to people that they have never met, okay? And they're always surprised for the attention that they get from my members, even though they are first time with them. And this is always something that I always get the same feedback from anyone who sits down first time with them. And then when they get to learn also their funny side, then they're always surprised. And I'm always telling them, but why are you surprised? Do you have a friend who works in job ABC? And there you would not be surprised if you find out that he's funny. Yeah, very much funny. I can say when I sit, for example, with Xavi, Pablo, Šaras, and Željko, I sometimes beg them to stop joking because I'm a little bit fat and my stomach muscles are not a six-pack, and it sometimes hurts me how much they make my muscles work in the stomach. Yeah.
They're helping you pretty much.
Yes, I'm having a benefit from their joking around. Yeah.
Perfect. No, I see the same. So we only see the side of them being a coach, and you also have to consider the personal side. So perfect. Last question. What is the best advice you personally picked up from these coaches and from these boards?
The best advices?
The best advices coaches give, for example, to some coaches, and you, for example, take it for a personal device, something like never giving up, or if it
how much
doesn't...
time you have now? How much time you have now? Because if I start now thinking about all
short.
our members, what I've learned from them, I really have to tell you, for this we need to do a documentary. So I have for every single one of my members, let's say like this, I feel I am who I am because of them. We say to be a coach you must be a student of the game. For me it's the same thing. For being Goran I must be a student of my members. So it's never ending, really never ending. And every day I pick up and I listen very carefully what they say. They don't waste no words. So every single word that they say is a learning experience. And I always say, you don't need to tell me what I do good. This is obvious. Tell me what I don't do good, or what is different, or give me another perspective. And since coaches are masters to attention to detail, this is actually what you get from them. Yeah. So there we can talk. Again, let's plan a documentary, and
That's
then...
no problem. I got you, and we'll plan a documentary.
Of course.
Thank you for the opportunity, having you with us, and giving this kind of insight to this head coaches board, and to also your personal opinion and life. And I'll keep it in mind with this documentary.
Of course.
We'll talk to each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.